Oh yeah.
Come on.
afternoon, and welcome to Norton Field on the campus of Wheaton College for today's NCAA Division III NUMAC Men's Lacrosse Contest, featuring the visiting Massachusetts Institute of Technology Engineers and your Wheaton College Lions. Today is Senior Day, and the Wheaton College Men's Lacrosse program would like to acknowledge the class of 2024 and thank them for their contributions during the past 4 years. Please direct your attention to center field as we recognize our seniors and their families. Number 13, Jack Hutchins. Jack is joined by his parents, Janelle Regan, Scott Hutchins, and sister, Allison Hutchins. Number 26, Alden Ledley. Alden is joined by his mother, Amy, brother, Owen, and sister, Madison. Number 27, Cole Reed. Cole is joined by his mother, Christine. Number 42, Jacob Wharton. Jacob is joined by his parents, Bethany and Keith. Number 47, Ethan Hargrove. Ethan is joined by his parents, Brian and Judy Ann, and brother Grant. A message from the coaching staff. To watch you guys grow together over the last 4 years has been truly a rewarding experience. Your entire group has impacted this program in so many ways, and we feel honored that you are a part of our family. We hope that the friends and bonds you have built here will last a lifetime, and you truly feel a part of a brotherhood. All of you will always be a special part of this program and a part of any future success the program may have. Thank you, seniors, for your hard work, commitment, and dedication to the Wheaton Lacrosse program these past 4 years. Thank you.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Now let's meet the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Engineers, a graduate student midfielder from Hopkinton, Massachusetts. Number 3, Andrew Paleko. A junior attackman from New Canaan, Connecticut, Drake Nick Stiles. A senior midfielder from Suffolk, New York, number 17, Teague Rice.
Test, 1, 2.
defender from New Hampshire, 27, Brennan Hoppa. A senior attackman from Carlsbad, California, 28, Heath Nilsson. A junior defender from Woodside, California, 44, Patrick Timmons. A sophomore attackman from Riverside, Connecticut, number 45, Bryce Militalios. In net for the Engineers, a graduate student from San Diego, California, number 10, David Vapner. The Engineers are coached by Tyler O'Keefe, assisted by Chris Piatelli, Mark Spadafora, and Dylan Sheehan, and Jake Reynolds, and Harris Stolzenberg. And now let's meet your lives. Junior midfielder from Nordin, New Jersey, number 5, Charlie Rossi. A sophomore defender from Harlan, Massachusetts, number 8, Mason Fielding. A first-year defender from Plainville, Massachusetts, number 20, Henry Stamatel. A sophomore defender from Westchester, Connecticut, number 22, John Schultz. A senior midfielder from Lacrosse, New Hampshire, number 27, Cole Reed. A first-year attacker from Southside, Connecticut, number 31, Mitch Capadino. A sophomore attacker from Sunderland, Vermont, number 34, Emmett Edwards. A junior attacker from Fairfield, Connecticut, number 41, Charlie Goodrich. A senior defender from Worcester, Massachusetts, number 42, Jacob Wharton. In that a junior from Cumberland, Rhode Island, wearing number 37, Connor Olmstrom. Lions are coached by Kyle Hart, assisted by Andrew Blood and Kevin Hoppy. Officials for today's contest are John Hill, John Scholar, and Jim Rourke. Wheaton College, the Mac, NCAA, promotes sportsmanship by student-athletes, coaches, and spectators. Request your cooperation with support of the participants and officials in a positive manner. For fans, derogatory comments, homophobic remarks, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student-athletes, coaches, and team representatives will not be tolerated, and a crowd is removed from the sex competition. Also, consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages is prohibited. At this time, we ask that you please rise to the table, remove your hats, and play the national anthem.
And good afternoon to you from the campus of Wheaton College in Norton, Massachusetts. It's Diane Nordin Field, the host of this afternoon's NCAA Division III men's lacrosse matchup. It's a new MAC battle between the Wheaton College Lions and the MIT Engineers in the penultimate game of the 2024 season. Thanks for joining us on your Saturday afternoon. Jack O'Mara to bring you play-by-play commentary for this one. Excited to see these two teams battle it out for their one meeting this 2024 season. The host side, Wheaton College, 8-5 overall, a 3-2 record in the new MAC, tied for second overall. The MIT Engineers, a similar conference record, a 3-2 overall, 4-9 in the entire season. Well, these two teams will meet for another matchup. It would be the 33rd meeting between these two sides, favored by MIT. The leader's out for the coin toss. And we're going to get ready to go. Wheaton College wearing their home whites with the royal blues. MIT in their visiting black uniforms with maroon numbers and letters, white shorts. Moving left to right across your screen. Should be a good one. Wheaton College, they're in the playoffs. A victory today would help their case in trying to secure the number 2 seed overall. That would be the best possible finish for them. MIT needs a win, and they're in. They can also get some help from other teams around the league. The opening draw controlled by the Engineers, and they will start possession. It's Heath Nielsen, the senior out of Carlsbad, California, leads the team in scoring, 61 points this year. He is quite the all-star. Back-to-back new MAC all-team appearances. Nielsen will drive on in. Early shot. That one bounces over the cage. Draws a look from Connor Ahlstrom, and it will be Engineers' ball. Ahlstrom gets the start, the junior out of Cumberland, Rhode Island. His 13th start of the season. Another shot coming in from Nielsen. This one gets fired wide and stays with the Engineers. A couple of shots early. Both of them wide of the goal mouth. Ahlstrom 7-4 this year, 9.62 goals against average. Pass comes up to the top. Lindenthal will fire it just out of the reach there of Zach Bleal, the sophomore of New Canaan, Connecticut. It was deflected on its way out of bounds, so stays with MIT. Ahlstrom has been rock solid. Transfer from New England Community College. Can't make the stop there. And it's a goal from Zach Bleal, who gets us started early. And MIT opens the scoring. They lead 1-0 with 14:02 to go here in the first quarter. Well, MIT off to a good start. They are coming off of a loss on Tuesday to Williams College. They lost 14-12, a little bit of a high-scoring affair there. Bleal picks up a goal. Attended school at the Hopkins School, making his third start this season. That's goal number 32 on the year for Bleal. And before we get the face-off, we're going to have a stoppage. One of the officials has come over to talk about I think we have a shot clock issue. The shot clock on the north side of the stadium is not operating properly, so we'll have to use just the one on the south side, and the goal that Connor Ahlstrom defends. Across the way in goal for the Engineers is David Vapnek, the graduate student out of San Diego, California. He's making start number 14. He's been the go-to guy for this Engineers squad. 4-9-0 record, 13.70 goals against average. He's made 138 saves, and he's only appeared in 17 games prior to this season, so he's really stepped up and taken on the goaltending role in his final season as an Engineer. That pass to nobody in particular. Good defense there by the Lions. Forces the turnover off of Nielsen's stick, and Wheaton College can establish possession for the first time this afternoon. On the ball now, Jack Board. The junior midfielder gets it over to Carter Noyes, sophomore who attended Burr and Burton Academy in Manchester Center, Vermont. Pass to the midfield for Mike McLaughlin, Stoughton, Mass native. Both teams making changes to the ball in the midfield. McLaughlin gets it back. As the Lions trail by 1, goes to the left hand, met there nicely. Gets the pass behind the goal cage for Goodrich. The shot, and they score! Wheaton able to answer. Looked like it was Tabadino who got the goal. We'll see who gets the official score. Either way, Lions with the quick answer. 12:41 to go in the first quarter. Wasting no time were the Lions. 1 for 1 on offensive possessions. It's a good start for them, and they've got to feel good. They're looking for their first victory against MIT. What would be the first victory since 2013. It's 11 years coming, so they're in the hunt for that. A lot to play for in this game. Confirmed, it's Mitch Tabatino, the first year out of Southbury, Connecticut. Goal number 10 on the season. The youngster gets the Lions on the board. And Wheaton can hold possession here. This time it's Cole Reed, the senior out of Laconia, New Hampshire, making his 11th appearance this season. He takes a shot. That one might have gotten a piece of Vapnek, but the ball was always heading wide. Wheaton there on the rebound. It's Charlie Goodrich behind the cage. Low pass handled by Emmett Edwards. Now up to the top for Reed. Gets it across for Noyes again. Stops and starts. Pass behind the goal crease. That's Tabatino again, the goal scorer. He goes to the near side for Edwards. Good defensive stick there for the Engineers. Now up to the top for McLaughlin. The long shot, that was deflected. Gets his own rebound, and play continues. Shot clock down to 18. Pass behind the cage again. Tabatino looking for an option. Comes to the top. The shot coming in. That one got a piece of Vapnek and fired wide. Good look there for Jack Board, who comes for the change. Shot clock going to restart here. Did not get a piece of Vapnek, so no option there. Smart play for the Lions to just throw it into the corner. Basically sacrifice the possession, and MIT can take over. Now up to the top, here's Andrew Kessler. He flips it to Brett Wetstein. And now held by Oscar Lindenthal, a sophomore out of Vero Beach, Florida, in his 9th game this season. He's going to get a high screen, a round 1 defender. Pass to the backside, looking for a shot opportunity was Campagna. Brett Campagna knocked off the ball. Twice now. Great stick there on the second effort. That's Payson fielding with the long stick. Charges ahead. Bounce pass into the path of Tabatino, who lost the ball, and MIT can regain possession. Now Zach Bleal, the goal scorer for the Engineers, ahead with 10.5 to go in the first period. Bleal holds. Not a good option there to move the ball to, so he gets it back to Campagna, the sophomore out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Trades places with Lindenthal. Met defensively by Reed. Now back up to the top for Campagna. Now charging in, Bleal with the left-handed shot. That one goes wide. Will stay with the Engineers. He took a big hit after the play. And we stop at 10 minutes sharp with the ball going out of play. Now here's Nielsen. Goes to the right hand, drops it off. Behind the cage for Campagna. Now to the top for Bleal. Holding there, still plenty of time on the shot clock, gets one through. First save of the afternoon for Ahlstrom. Second chance effort was one-handed towards goal. Goes out of play. Couple of Lions back in defense. And picked up there by John Schultz, the sophomore out of West Hartford, Connecticut. He gets play restarted for Wheaton College. Good defensive sequence there for the Lions, who are head coached by Kyle Hart in his 9th season. It's tied for the best conference performance for Wheaton College. A win today and a win in their final game of the season next Saturday against Springfield would be the second 10-win season under his tutelage. Wheaton College back in the new MAC playoffs for the first time since 2016. Would like to end the season on the high note. Here's Jack Board. Gets it out wide for Noyce. Now behind the cage, Emmett Edwards. Looking over an option. He's forced off the ball there by Luke Chapman, the senior defender out of Houston, Texas. Big check in the midfield. Down on his backside was Charlie Racine. The Lions are able to keep play moving. It's Carter Noyce. Met there by Derek Guess, a graduate midfielder out of Haddonfield, New Jersey. Just under 10 seconds on the shot clock. Got to go if you're Wheaton. Tepedino drops it off to the point. Board with the shot. That one's going to go wide. And it will be MIT ball. Both teams are going to make some changes here. I'm going to see Bannet Stankovic for MIT checking in for the first time. Dylan Nelson in for the MIT as well. So Jack Walter. Well, the Engineers will keep play moving here. 7:50 to go here in the first quarter. Now on the ball, Ashton Axe, the first year. California gets it up to the top for Stankovic. Now down to Nilsson. Lost the ball, ended up working out in his favor. Now it's Nick Stiles. Stiles trying to drive around the defender. Low shot, he scores. Nice move there. The junior out of New Canaan, Connecticut connects and makes it a 2-1 game. 7:33 to go here in the first. Stiles picks up goal number 18, his 49th career goal. The academic all-conference team member last season. Puts MIT back up, so a couple of leads for them early in this one. Goals unassisted, so Stiles the lone point on that goal. MIT win another face-off, and we'll start play up. It's Joe Lupo. Gains possession, doubles back for a change. Now it's Ethan Robertson, the junior. 13th appearance for the Engineers. Will take his time as he's marked there by Jack Walter. Drives behind the cage, turnaround shot, he scores! Near side post. Great single effort there. It was Derek Guess, the graduate student. Or beg your pardon, Ethan Robertson, 21, gets the goal. Ethan Robertson, the junior out of Wheatley Heights, New York. 31 and 21 look awfully familiar from a distance. But nonetheless, Robertson with a great effort from the far side, coming around to the near side and fire one in. His 5th goal of the season, 14th in his career. And a quick shot off the face-off win. Good burst of energy here for the Engineers and have put the Lions a bit on their heels. They lead 3-1. MIT looking for their 5th win of the season. Coached by Tyler O'Keefe in his 7th year. Went off of a 2022 New MAC championship for the runner-ups last year. Had a tough non-conference schedule this year to MIT, but have come back nicely and are looking to get themselves back into the playoffs. Nice defensive stick. Jacob Wharton charging ahead. Hot bounce pass. Gets into the stick of Edwards. And now the hold off for Reed. Personnel being changed on both sides. The Lions try to establish controlled possession. And we've got a timeout. With 6:03 to go in the first quarter. Wheaton will burn it. We are celebrating Senior Day here. 6 seniors on this Wheaton College side honored before the start of this afternoon's game. Their final home game of their careers. Lions coming off of a tough loss on the road last Saturday, 8-7 against Clark University in a back-and-forth affair. They are 5 of their last 7, so they're looking to continue that. And Kyle Hart decides to take the time out here, talk things over, maybe settle his team down with 6:03 to go in the first. 60 seconds on the shot clock. Settle down the excitement a little bit. Always an emotional day, is senior day, and they know how much this game really means. Not with their postseason hopes, but just the value of this program across the way from them. So both teams will break. 6:03 to go. MIT, the early 3-1 lead at Nordin Field on the New Max Sports Network. First of 2 games today. We've got the women's lacrosse senior day for the Lions right here on the New Max Sports Network as they play host to the United States Coast Guard Academy. Coverage will start right around 4 o'clock right here on the New Max Sports Network. So a nice day, and we're glad that the rain has held off just enough for us to be a little bit more comfortable. The Lions off to the restart. Pass comes across. Good shot, and they score. Jack Board on the near side, left-handed, buries it, and gets Wheaton back to within 1. It's a 3-2 game with 5:43 to go in the first. So clearly the right thing said by Hart in that timeout. Pass came across. Board made no mistake, and he picks up goal number 23 on the season. His 39th in his career. And we've got an offensive infraction there. Drawing it was Chris Bodnaruk, the first year, who won the face-off draw and won the ball back. Now it's Cole Reed. So Wheaton back to within 1. They've got the ball here. 65 to go on the shot clock. On the ball now, Evan Paterzo in his 12th game this season. Mishandled for a moment. That gets it down low. Now for Edwards. Pushed out there by Luke Chapman. Now Paterzo starts and stops, looking over an option. 40 seconds to go on the shot clock now. Gets it out wide for Charlie Racine. Now towards the top for McLaughlin. The shot, great save there for Vapnik. His first of the afternoon, and the outlet pass is complete. Charging ahead, Joe Lupo. Knocked off the ball. Great backtracking there was Racine. Ground ball still being fought for. Who's going to get there? A ton of jerseys on both sides. And finally, picking the ball up. Good effort there was Henry Stamedel. The first year out of Plainville, Massachusetts. Back quickly go the Lions. Now knocked off the ball. Great defensive effort. Ground ball picked up there by Brennan Hoppe, the junior out of Hempstead, New Hampshire. And now MIT gets started up. Nice pass inside. Tic-tac-toe. And the finish by Heath Nielsen makes it a 4-2 game for MIT. Pass came over to Stiles. He made no mistake, and Nielsen just found that empty space right outside the crease area. Tough to miss from that distance. 4:08 to go in the first. And MIT back up to a 2-goal lead. Now with that goal, Nielsen, his 36th of the season. His all-conference second team over the last 2 years, 22 and 23. And he sits 4th all-time in career points. Goal number 117 in his illustrious career with the Engineers. Impressive, impressive stuff. Face-off won, finally fought and won there by the Lions. Ahead goes John Schultz, one of those passes that goes out of play. MIT can start it up quickly again. 3:40 to go in the first. Now Nielsen. Offensive players hop back out there for the Engineers. Now Zach Bleal, who got us started with the scoring this afternoon. Now Nilsson. It's it to Oscar Lindenthal. Trying to get around the defender. Good met there by Cole Reed. Lions trying to stay organized. Ball moving around. Styles to the top. Lindenthal the shot. That one goes bouncing and over the cage. Ahlstrom really had no chance. Now pass up to the top. Driving in again. That shot goes wide, and taking a big hit was Lindenthal. Back-to-back shots for him. He's only got the one goal this season. Picked it up against the Coast Guard Academy. Here's a shot inside, and they score. Bryce Metalios gets the goal. And MIT, their largest lead of the afternoon, it's 5-2. Just the efficiency offensively right now for the Engineers. They've had really good time of possession. They've just been able to work the ball around very well. So Metalios gets the goal. A native of Old Greenwich, Connecticut. The Lions win the faceoff. 19th goal of the season for Metalios. Garrett Campagna gets the assist there on the Metalios goal. And 2.5 to go in the first. Lions have a bit of a deficit here now to work with. What can their offense do? McLaughlin. Shuffle his feet, fakes the pass. Worked outside. Good move there. Derek Guest just keeping him out. Losing it was Edwards. Picks it back up. Holding on with the left hand. Edwards, pass across. Shot from board. Oh, he rang the post. Shot clock on a reset here to 60. Racine. Really good attempt from board there on the favored left-handed shot side on that far side wing. Drop pass for Charlie Goodrich. Now the pass across. Save by Vapnik. Rebound chance. They score. What an effort to stay with it. Charlie Goodrich, the junior, got his own rebound. The initial save made by David Vapnik. And a big-time goal there. Makes it a 5-3 game. So Wheaton, a much-needed goal offensively. And this 8th goal first. Face-off still being fought for. Picked up by Payson Fielding. It's double team. Ball goes out of play. It was Racine who actually got the goal, so I beg your pardon there. Goodrich had the initial shot. Racine was the one who charged in and got the goal. The junior out of Oradell, New Jersey. Goal number 25 on the year for Racine. Now here's Bennett Stankovitz, the senior for MIT. Dylan Nelson. Nelson to Nilsson. Goes to the right hand. Looking over an option. Had to get kicked out there. Good defensive work by Jacob Wharton. Under a minute to play in the quarter. Charging from the outside. Big shot that gets blocked. Chance was off the stick of Ashton Axe. Clock stops there at 51 seconds. Ball out of play. Nilsson will get play restarted. And MIT probably just going to take this one down to the end of the quarter. Turnaround shot. That one goes wide. Ahlstrom on his horse, unable to get there out of his goal crease, trying to win possession back. 36 seconds to go now in the quarter. Here's a good rush. Now for the Engineers, it's Dylan Nelson. For Stankovitz. He'll drive in around the screen. Another good defensive play there by Reed. That shot bouncing, goes wide again, and good positioning there by Nick Stiles. 18 seconds to go. Defense trying to hang on here for Wheaton. MIT trying to get it up to 6. Shot clock down to 2. Turnaround, turnover. Wheaton got to hurry. It was Henry Stamatil who made the effort. Long outstretched pass is intercepted. And the shot coming in, intercepted back the other way. And that will be the horn for the end of the first quarter of play. MIT on the road have the lead 5-3. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Wheaton College Athletics on the new Max Sports Network. Getting ready for the start of the second quarter. Before we do our scoring recap, we've got our first penalty of the afternoon. It's going to be an equipment flag. One of the Wheaton College players' stick not up to the legality of the record book. And taking the seat will be Lucas Melhorn for Wheaton College. It's a 1-minute penalty, so we'll have the man-up opportunity here for MIT. They'll flip sides. And possession will start with the Engineers. That flag came after the first period had come to a close. So here we go. Start of the second quarter. MIT up 2. Chance to make it 3, and they do. It's Garrett Campagna who's got the assist already today. He's got himself a goal in the first 10 seconds. They get the goal player up. So Campagna gets the goal, and we're just listening to the official come over. Not sure if you could hear it at home, but it's a full locked-in penalty, so Melhorn can't leave the penalty box, even on the goal. So MIT, they have to be charging ahead with some wide eyes. Andrew Palico off the face-off win. Incomplete pass, costly turnover there for the Engineers. Balls rolls out of play. 14:38 to go in the second quarter. And we'll get you on the next stoppage a scoring recap after a stuttered start to this second quarter. Jacob Wharton will go ahead for the Lions. He'll try to spin his way around. Wharton, the defender out of Worcester, Massachusetts. Look right up 495 here in Mass. Turnover there for the Lions, and now MIT get the ball back. Penalty time down to 15 seconds. Ahead come the Engineers. Lupo got it into the attacking half. Now he gets the ball over to Nick Stiles. And Pagna Looking over an option there was Metalios. That shot goes wide, and Alstrom, sharp out of his goal crease, able to win possession there for the Lions. We're back to even strength. The goal, the man up for MIT. Alstrom, long pass ahead. He connects with Board and might have taken his eye off the ball there, lost it. Ball goes out of play, and MIT get the ball back. Those are the mistakes that you can't deal with. Up by 3 now, Nilsson. He'll be patient as a couple more changes off the ball comes T. Rice. And we got a flag coming in again. Gonna be against Wheaton, so the second man up coming in just a moment. Nilsson couldn't handle it. Ball rolling towards the halfway line, but Nilsson able to grab it. Players eager to jump over that line. They could not. Now Lindenthal. 2 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Pass comes to the outside. The shot, they score. It's Zach Bleal, his second of the afternoon, and he makes it 7-3 MIT. So Bleal gets the goal. His second. That's 2 for him. 2 for Bryce Metalios, 1 for Nick Stiles. Charlie Racine, Mitch Tabatino, and Jack Board, the goal scorers.
MIT goal scored by number 7, Zach Bleal.
Heath Nielsen, Ethan Robertson, the other 2 scorers for MIT. So those are your 7 goals. Now with the goal, penalty flag gets picked up. So we remain at even strength. MIT another face-off draw win. Behind the cage, Heath Nielsen got 1 goal today. Ball comes up to the top for Ashton Axe. Now it's Stankovic. He's met there by Jack Walter. Pass across, whipping one. That one goes wide. Chance for Dylan Nelson here on the near side. Never had the goal crease. A little bit too much on it. MIT get play restarted. It's Nilsson again. Nice drop pass, the shot, and they score. Ball just gets across the goal line. Another great pass. Nilsson picking up a couple assists. MIT make it 8. It's their largest lead of the afternoon. Engineers on cruise control right now. It's a team that's kind of been up and down. A couple of big wins at the start of April. We got a stoppage here at 11:52 and legal procedure. So Metalios gets his 3rd of the afternoon, up to 21 this season. The sophomore attacker attended Greenwich High School. We still explanation here to the coaching staff. I think we got a warning on the sideline for MIT. One of the officials having a conversation with one of the assistants down there. So Wheaton have a little bit of a hole to get out of here. Down 5, still plenty of time in this ball game. Now Charlie Goodrich for the Lions. Pass across, nice move, driving in, knocked on his backside. A couple flags fly, and we're going to have a penalty. Hitting the deck hard was Charlie Goodrich. Or actually, that's Tapadino. Hit his helmet very hard up against the turf. have a conversation. Both officials near to the goal threw their flags up in the air. Get this call correct. So 11:22 to go here in this second, and this could be big here for Wheaton just to get the extra player up. Get the official call here. It'll be Brennan Hoppe who gets called for slashing. So it'll be a 1-minute penalty. So Wheaton will have their first man-up opportunity of the afternoon as they trail 5. Up to the top, Mike McLaughlin. Now Goodrich, McLaughlin, Board. Play catch, good possession time. Shot clock a second ahead of the power play time. That shot goes wide, out of play. Stays with the Lions here. Clock will stop 11:02. Pass up to the top, Racine, he's got a goal. He rips one from distance. That one goes wide as well. We'll stay with the Lions. Pick it back up, it's Theo Stamatil. Now Board, the shot, he scores! Jack Board, no mistake. And Wheaton get the goal on the man up. Board, that's his 4th goal with the man up this season. A very important one at that. Makes it a manageable 4-goal deficit. It's 8-4 MIT. Second goal of the game there for Jack Board. So that means goal total is now 40 in his career. Nice milestone there for the junior out of Westboro, Massachusetts. The assist given to the first year, Theo Stamatil, his 6th of the season. First year out of Plainville, Massachusetts. He gets on the score sheet this afternoon. Now, what can MIT do? Have control in this game, went on a little 4-goal run. Now have an opportunity. What can they do with a goal back? Wheaton need to stop defensively to try to swing the momentum their way. Here's the first year, Ryan Quinn. Throws on the brakes behind the cage. Up to the top, it's Robertson. Pass came over to the top of the crease. Mishandled, picked up there by Wharton. And now Wheaton can start up play. Held by Schultz, not a ton of options there. He'll go D to D, Jacob Wharton. Good press here for the Engineers, and it works to perfection. Loose ball, scooped up there by Quinn. Now on the attack, here come the Engineers with numbers. Lions able to retreat back in defense, and really good effort there defensively for Wheaton. Now it'll be Nielsen. Appropriate personnel now back out there for both sides. Looking for an option, it's Hayden Calabretta. Getting hounded there by both Racine and Stamatil. Now Nilsson. He looks over his options. The drop pass for Robertson. Got a goal this afternoon. Robertson whipping around. This time the shot snared by Ahlstrom. Outlet pass turned over. Now it's Quinn. Good effort there by the Engineers, not letting that ball escape. Calabretta, 17 to shoot, lost it. Was unsure that he lost the ball, but Cole Reed gets the grounder. And now charging ahead goes Reed. It's a 4-on-3 if he hurries. Reed unloads and he scores! Coast to coast for Cole Reed, the senior, on senior day. His 6th of the season, and he makes it 8-5 to MIT. It will be unassisted. What an effort there from Cole Reed. Knew he had some options to move the ball to, and he decides, you know what, I'm just going to take it myself. And he's now on the bench with a much-needed breather. Back-to-back goals for the Lions. Make it 8-5. 8:23 to go in the second quarter. Face-off, push back, and one. Tucker Johnson, the first year, out of Kittery, Maine. On for the first time this afternoon. Picks up a big ground ball and secures the face-off win for the Lions. Good effort, Jacob Wharton. Now the Lions will hold as they get their personnel situated. Board to McLaughlin, fresh off the bench. Reed still on the bench after his, maybe 70-yard run. Tepedino out of Board on a hat trick. Board circling through defenders. High rising shot that goes wide. Stop with 7:27 to go. Wheaton gaining momentum here in this middle part of the second quarter. Still trailed by 3. Some good offensive sequences met by good save by Ahlstrom. Low bounce shot. Good save there by Vapnik. But the loose ball through the midfield. And an infraction on the backside. So Wheaton thought they had a forced turnover, but whistle right around midfield, and MIT are able to get possession back with help from the officials. Just over 7 to go in the second quarter. MIT and Wheaton College here in the New Max Sports Network. A flurry of goals. 13 through the first 28 minutes. Pass out to the side. It's Nielsen. Bouncing shot. Never really on target. Ball goes out of play and stays with MIT. Mentioned they're winning in for them. They need the win today to guarantee the spot. Here's a shot and a goal. Nice move on the far side. It's Brett Campagna. Picks up his second this afternoon. Sophomore out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. 29th of the season. And gets one back for MIT to make it a 9-5 game. .36 to go. MIT won the previous matchup. These two teams played 17-5 last year at Roberts Field. Wheaton have already met that goal total. Obviously a much different goal from Campagna is getting unassisted, just getting that call from the official scorers. Board had trouble with that ball bouncing in the midfield, but to go back to the point, it was a much different Wheaton College team. There were about 10 players out on injury towards the end of last year and really hurt their chances making any sort of late season run. MIT, they're a little bit of a different team too. They had the prolific goal scorer Ryan Gebhardt, who graduated 3rd all-time in points in school history with 233. He graduated at the end of last season, so kind of a different story, and a great shot, low shot there from Charlie Goodrich. Brings it back to within 3 for Wheaton. So off the face-off, they make no mistake, answer right back, and get the goal with 5:50 to go in the second quarter. Nine to 6 MIT. You just see that the energy from both teams is pretty consistent right now. I think Wheaton were a little discouraged towards the end of the first, start of the second, but have found their rhythm offensively, and up to 15 combined goals, not even halfway through this game. One ahead, this time Racine taking the draw for the Lions. Gets poked from behind. Ball hops free after it goes fielding. Ball gets jarred loose out of play. Picked up by MIT. Chapman was there, making a good defensive play. His outlet pass is incomplete. Now back on it, Cole Reed. Finally back on the field after the long previous goal that he had to make it 5th for Wheaton. 5:15 to go, second quarter, Wheaton MIT. Jack O'Mara here with you on the New Max Sports Network. One game left for both of these teams. It's next Saturday. Springfield on the road for Wheaton. Salve at home for MIT. They're back up to Cambridge. Behind the goal mouth, it's Board. Met with a defensive stick. Pass across. The shot fake. Looking for an option. Shot goes wide, and MIT closest player there, as Edwards couldn't really get that first shot separation out. Vapnik was quick to be out of his goal crease. The Engineers turn it over the midfield. Edwards. Ball lost by Jack Hutchings. Hacked a couple of times. He was honored today as well. Takes a tumble for his efforts, but senior day honoring. Now Carter Noyes scoops up the ground ball and can settle things down here for the Lions with 4:15 to go in the second. Racine towards the top. Low shot, they score! It's McLaughlin, picks up his first of the afternoon. The junior out of Stoughton, Massachusetts, brings it to within 2. It's 9-7 MIT. Nice little 1-2 there. Racine moves over to the right side, drops the shot off top of the slot. And McLaughlin, who was not picked up really by anybody defensively, picks the bottom left corner. And we're back to within 2. McLaughlin, his 15th of the season. Started in his 6th game here this afternoon. Pass came back to Ahlstrom, and his outlet pass was still being fought for. Eventually rolled out of play. Now the Engineers can start back up. So now 2 unanswered again for Wheaton. They've scored 4 of the last 5. What can the Engineers do? And we've got a timeout on the field called by MIT. Now we'll take the timeout with them. It's a 9-7 ball game. Wheaton creeping back in with 3:34 to go in the second. You're watching Wheaton College Athletics here on the New Max Sports Network. (9-7) MIT lead Wheaton in this D3 men's lacrosse matchup Saturday in late April. Both of these teams gearing up for the playoffs. Let's recap your scoring for you. For the Engineers, Zach Bleal with a pair of goals. Nick Stiles got a goal and an assist. Ethan Robertson on the board with a goal. Garrett Campagna, 2 goals, 1 assist for him, 3 points. Rice Metalios sitting on a hat trick. And 1 goal for Heath Nielsen. Now across the way for Wheaton. They've cashed in a couple times here in this second. Charlie Racine, Mike McLaughlin, Cole Reed, Mitch Epadino, a couple of goals for Jack Board, and Charlie Goodrich on the board as well with a goal and an assist. Those are your scores, and that makes it the 9-7 game. 3:15 to go. Here's a chance driving on in. Low shot, good save by Ahlstrom. He kicked it out with the leg. Now the shot comes in for Nielsen. That one's blocked in front. Great defensive effort there by Wharton, who got in front of the shot line. Ball pops free. Now it's Zach Bleal. Picks it up towards the top. Lindenthal, quick release. Now for Campagna. Shot coming in. That one's high and wide. Never on target. Metalios gets us restarted. Lindenthal holding. Met there. Good check with some pace there. Tucker Johnson, and then the high slot shot from Stiles went wide again. 23 seconds now on the shot clock here for the Engineers. They've got to hurry. 2.5 to go in the second quarter. Pass up to the top for Nielsen. Now it's Stiles. Stiles to Nielsen again. Slams and starts, falling down on the play. Great defensive stick there for Wharton again. Now the ball gets jarred free. Johnson on a foot race. Picks it up, or I beg your pardon, that's Fielding, who picks up the ground ball, and 2 minutes to go. Here's Reed trying to throw one back. Great defensive stick from the backside. Stone Smith. And before the ball came free, a timeout was called by Wheaton. So a nice, smart play there for Kyle Hart. And 1:58 to go now in the half. 9-7 MIT. We'll keep it here with the shorter timeout. So we got 1:58 to go. MIT up 9-7 here in the second quarter. A look at the new MAC standings. We mentioned them before, but Wheaton, MIT in a tie for second place with also Salve Regina and Springfield. All 3-2 in conference play. Wheaton's got the advantage with the 8-5 overall record, and that's why they're in and MIT's not. They have the advantage in tiebreakers over the teams that are outside looking in. Babson have essentially locked up the top spot. They need a loss from Wheaton, Salve, MIT, and Springfield, or a victory today. That would lock them into the top seed overall. So it's not without a doubt just going to be very hard to do for Wheaton. MIT, a win here today, it punches their ticket, or they need a loss from Emerson, Clark, and Coast Guard. Soft shot handled there by Vapnik, and out of the timeout. Good defensive stand for the Engineers. Emerson, Clark, Coast Guard, 5, 6, and 6, 7, and 8 in conference play. Top 5 teams advance to the playoffs. Those 4 teams are 1-4, so they can't make any mistakes. And because of the overall record of MIT, that's where tiebreakers come into a factor. So they need at least a loss from those 3 teams or win here today, and that essentially shuts the door. These 2 teams could potentially meet in the playoffs, either in the first or second rounds. Chance for Nielsen. That shot goes wide. Never on target. Looking for that right side post, and we stop with 1:01 to go in the second quarter. Wheaton right now, they have the 2 seed. Obviously, a couple wins would lock that in for them, and with helps from Babson, they could potentially get into the 1 still, but again, would need some help from other teams around the league. So still a lot to be played for over the last 2 games of this season. Here's a low shot. Good save there by Ahlstrom. Off the stick of Stankovic. And now with 37 seconds to go in the second quarter, Wheaton probably would like to just hold on to this ball and take the final few chances. Racine pops in and out of his mesh. Now holds here. Theo Stamatel plays catch with Racine. Now he's trying to drive around the backside. Racine towards the top, holding the shot. Low one. Great save by Vapnik, denying Jack Hutchings. And 6 seconds to go. Metalios in a foot race. Couple of Lions behind him. He lost it. And that's going to end the second quarter of play. The long shot all the way in, easily handled by Vapnik. So hold your breath moment if you're MIT, but it's routine in the end for the MIT goaltender. And the Engineers take a 2-goal lead into the locker room, 9-7. An impressive showing through the first couple of quarters. MIT up as many as 5. But Wheaton able to trim that lead down to 2. Haven't led this afternoon. Have tied it twice. And have some work to do as they head into the locker room. 9-7 your scoreline. We'll take a quick break. 30 minutes in the books. 30 minutes to go. You're watching Wheaton College Athletics on the Newmax Sports Network. Back after this. It's halftime here at Nordin Field. MIT lead Wheaton by a score of 9-7. Final home game of the year for the Lions. Final road game of the season for the Engineers. Let's recap your first half for you. Obviously, the Engineers in front, 5 assists for the Lions to just 2 for the Engineers. So Wheaton have moved the ball a bit better offensively than MIT. Shots total 28-21 on the sides of the leaders. Both teams 1 for 1 with the extra man this afternoon, cashing in on the only 2 penalties we saw. Ground balls in favor of the home side Lions, 25-18. 6 saves made by David Vapnek in goal to Connor Ahlstrom's 3. Those are your team statistics. Let's take a look at the individual scorers. We mentioned them briefly before the end of the second quarter, so not much has changed. 2 goals for Zach Bleal, goal and an assist for Nick Stiles. Ethan Robertson on the board with 1. Garrett Campagna, 2 goals and an assist for a game-high 3 points. Nielsen on the board with 1, and Metalio sitting on that hat trick, 2 goals for him for MIT. Now across the way for the home side, it's solo goals across the board except for Jack Board, who's got a pair in this one. Charlie Goodrich, Mitch Teppadino started our scoring for Wheaton. Cole Reed had the impressive coast-to-coast goal and an assist for Theo Stamato. Goal and assist for Mike McLaughlin. And Charlie Racine, he's got a goal and 2 assists to tie the game high with 3 points in total. An impressive back-and-forth affair. Relatively clean game, as I mentioned, just the 2 penalties overall. for MIT. 5 goals in the first, 4 in the second, so pretty balanced affair. Won 8 faceoffs for Wheaton. 3 goals in the first, 4 in the second, so they came on and played pretty well. 3 saves overall, as we mentioned, for Ahlstrom. 10 face-off victories for Wheaton College, so they have the advantage there. In the turnover department, the Lions just 10, MIT with 14. So all said and done, it's a pretty balanced game, and thanks to the runs in the second period, Wheaton were able to trim that lead that was once 5 goals for MIT down to just 2. We'll take another quick break here. Just under 5 minutes to go in halftime. When we come back, third quarter action from Nordin Field. It's the MIT Engineers and the Wheaton College Lions. Back after this. Back at Nordin Field, getting ready for the start of the third quarter. MIT, the 2-goal lead, 9-7 overall. Wheaton College, however, they've been on the 2-0 run right now to end the first half, have scored 4 of the last 5 goals, and have trimmed this deficit down. As we're underway to start the third quarter, Face-off still being fought for, finally won by Axe Patrick. Back in defense, he doubles back as the teams flip sides once more. Brennan Hoppe there for MIT in their black and maroon uniforms with the white shorts. Wheaton in their all whites with the royal blues. Numbers and letters. MIT with the ball now, moving left to right across your screen. Jack O'Mara here with you from Nordin Field. Outstanding facility that was a generous gift from Diane Nordin, class of 80. Construction process and eventual completion of the field came in the fall of 2013, so celebrating year number 11 on the campus of Wheaton College. Here's a shot and this score. Garrick Campagna picks up a hat trick. A game-high 3 for him, 56 seconds into the third quarter. MIT back out to 3-goal lead. It's 10 for the Engineers. Campagna is now up to 30 goals this season. An impressive start for him. And that ends the Wheaton scoring run. And it ends our goal drought. Our last goal before that came at the 10:52 mark of the second quarter. So we went just about 5 minutes without a goal. It was the longest run of the afternoon. Another good defensive stick by Jacob Wharton. Pass up to the midfield. Reed couldn't handle it. Nilsson trying to steer one. Ball being fought for right at the timeline. Picked up again. This time by Patrick Timmins. Couple of ground balls for him to start this third quarter. While still being fought for. Pace and fielding picks it up for a moment, and now we've got a stoppage. MIT will get possession up 3. Nick Stiles up to the top for Zach Bleal, who started our scoring this afternoon, opened up the game very early in the first quarter. Now it's the second quarter of this game that MIT have scored within the opening minute. Here's a low shot. Great save in front by Ahlstrom. Almost went into a full split to get to that one. Snares it with a big basket. And Wheaton can start up back the other way. It's Wharton. Lions get some reinforcements out there. Reed will slow the play down. Plays catch with Racine and goes to the bench for a change. Now McLaughlin. Goal and an assist for him. Jack Board, he's got 2. Met with the double team. McLaughlin fakes with the right, drives to the left. Pass behind the cage, he's got Goodrich. Holding, waiting, Board sets the low side screen. A lot of options here, 32 seconds on the shot clock. Low shot, nearly underhand, that goes wide. Closest player is a Lion, so it stays with Wheaton College. Jack Board being directed as close to where the ball went out of play. That was the delay there. Reset the play. Now Board looking for a shooting lane. Gets it up to Racine. Now McLaughlin. Flips it down. Sidearm shot that goes wide off the stick of Tepedino. It stays again with the Lions. Goodrich restarts play. 9 to go on the shot clock here for Wheaton. Underhand shot, Edwards, that one's wide as well. And it's going to go out of play. This time the Engineers are closest to it. So they will restart play, and the possession comes up empty for Wheaton. Didn't happen all too frequently in the second quarter for them. They picked up 4 goals. Now MIT with the balance back in their swing. Ashton Axe gets it down low for Stiles. Play can get slowed down. And Tyler O'Keefe probably enjoys that. 7th season at the helm. He was the 2022 head new MAC Coach of the Year and the NEILA Coach of the Year for his efforts. The team has been ranked a few times as well under his tutelage. Made it to the 3rd round of the NCAA tournament just a couple of seasons ago. So they're looking to build on their late season success. Broken stick there. Wharton lost his top half. There's a low shot and they score. Ashton Axe from the far side. Nice bouncer. Beats Ahlstrom and makes it 11 for MIT. .10:28 to go here in the 3rd quarter. MIT back out to a 4-goal lead now. Thanks to the goal from Axe. The first year's getting his 4th. The midfielder out of Portola Valley, California.
MIT goal scored by number 43, Ashton Axe. Assisted by number 28, Heath Nielsen.
Heath Nielsen going to get an assist on that goal from Axe. Face off won again by the Lions. They have fared pretty well in that category this afternoon and trail 4. A delay penalty coming up, flag out on the play. So Wheaton going to have a man-up opportunity at the next stoppage. Here's Carter Noyes. Reed comes in for the change. Tags up with Board. Now Noyes. Pass down low for Edwards. Emmett Edwards, fake pass. Find the goal mouth. Teppadino, pass down low, in and out of the stick there for Goodrich. Touched up by MIT. And with 9:26 to go in the 3rd quarter, Wheaton are going to go up a player. It's going to be Stone Smith, the first-year defender out of Roswell, Georgia. And called 1 minute for slashing. So the 2nd time this afternoon, Wheaton's going to go a player up. 1 for 1 this afternoon. Both teams scoring on their opportunity with the player up. Been a relatively clean game with just our 3rd penalty in our 3rd quarter. Racine. McLaughlin up to the top, rising shot. Great save there by Vapnek as Teppadino unleashed one. Press was on. Vapnek just trying to kill some time, and he does. Finds Joe Lupo, who came back down to help. And now a player down. MIT will kill off some more time. 20 seconds to go to the infraction to Smith. And in no particular rush, MIT can slow things down and effectively kill off this opportunity. Wheaton came into the game 16 for 56 on the player up opportunities, 28.6% effective. Now 1 for 2 in this afternoon as the penalty time has expired for Smith. And we're back to even strength. Here's Ethan Robertson. 8:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. Held here by Ryan Quinn. Pass down low. Difficult to handle for Stiles. He's still trying to find it. Unable to do so. And finally, it's Henry Stamatil who had it for a moment. Then he lost it. But his efforts win back the ball. Now Racine. A lot of green grass ahead of him, but he decides to slow things down. Players change off goes Payson fielding. On goes Jack Board, who's charging ahead. A shot. That one's another save by Vapnek. Pops out of the mitt. And in with the rebound goes Robertson. A nice run of play here. No stoppages in quite a bit since the penalty. Now Robertson, a goal to his name this afternoon. That came in the first quarter. Play catch with Stiles. He'll get it back. 7+ in the third quarter. MIT looking for their 4th conference win, their 5th win overall. They've been sharp since the start of conference play. They were looking for just what there be their 2nd win on the road this season. Nice turnaround shot by Stiles there in the slot. That goes wide. And we've got a timeout with 6:43 to go in the third. Kyle Hart going to take it for Wheaton College, and we'll take it with him. It's an 11-7 ball game with 6:43 to go in the third quarter. MIT up 4 on the New Max Sports Network. Back after this. Out of the timeout, 6:43 to go in the third. Words of encouragement from Kyle Hart. Words of encouragement from his players, too. Repeated phrase, we are still in this game. We'll see what they can do. Out of the timeout, Nielsen's pass. That one goes wide, but was deflected by Reed's stick on its way out, so it will stay with the Engineers. Wheaton have been tough to beat here at Nordin Field this year. They're 6-1 overall on their home turf. So ahead of schedule on paper, it looked like Wheaton, the better team. Good save there on the shot. Ball gets rolling free, finally out of play. And the hustle there from Ahlstrom after making the huge save gets the ball back. Great chance there again. Garrett Campagna, who's on 3 goals this afternoon, had the chance. Season high this year for him. We'll keep an eye on. He had 5 against Springfield on the 30th of March, which was his career high. So he's in the hunt to tie and break that. Been a low-scoring third quarter, just 2 goals since the halftime break, both coming off of Engineer sticks. Holding the ball now for the Lions, Jack Board. Off the bench comes Charlie Goodrich. Racine took a tumble. Nothing coming from the officials, all fair in the game. 5.5 to go in the third. Behind the cage, Jack Hutchings. Racine, spin move. Gonna get back to the favorable right hand. Low shot, that's blocked through traffic. Easy scoop for Hoppe. And he uses his momentum to take the ball forward. Handcuffed the pass, though, to Stiles. Went off of him last. And Wheaton get the quick turnover. Tough break there for the Engineers. Important one, though, for Wheaton. And you start to pay attention to the clock. 20 minutes to go here in regulation. Lions trail by 4. Goodrich will hold. Wait for the offensive play call from his bench side. Ward and Goodrich play catch at the midfield. Tough pass, but Hutchings able to snare it. Now up to the top for Goodrich. Pass comes up for Racine. 37 to go on the shot clock. Still some time here for the Lions. Board. Couple of goals for him this afternoon. Got a stick up high, and he draws a penalty. So the player upcoming next time that MIT can touch the ball. It will come rather quickly here as the ball pops free and finally picked up there on the far side by Guess. And with 4:01 to go here in the third, Wheaton will go back, player up for their third time this afternoon. It will be called, the penalty is going to be called against Oscar Lindenthal, 30 seconds. Or actually, beg your pardon, 41, Andrew Kessler. The junior out of San Diego, California, gets called for 30 seconds. Wheaton 1 for 2. Get play started. Be a quick player up opportunity for them. Racine, quick pass. Edwards to the top for McLaughlin. Nice ball movement here for the Lions. Board. Now McLaughlin again. Racine trying to open up some space. Racing again, McLaughlin. Pass down low for Edwards. That one's deflected up high. Stays with the Lions. The shot clock will reset. 2 seconds left on that player up advantage. And we're back to even strength. So the quick turnaround. Wheaton unable to come away with one. Do get a shot on target. That's a low bouncing shot off a board stick. Stays with the Lions here, and a good surge in the dying seconds of this third quarter. Goodrich. Now it's McLaughlin. Goes back for board on the high pass. Racing, rising shot. Picked up. Here's Theo Stamato. Up to the top for board. Oh, tough pass there. Over the head. Racing gonna pick it up. Oh, what an effort to stay in the attacking half. Keep the ball in the attacking half. Charging in, Racing the shot. Great save on the bounce by Vapnik. Out of play, stays with Lions on the great effort there for Racing. Would have been nice if he came away with the goal. McLaughlin. Racing again, here's Board. Right-handed pass. Now Edwards behind the cage. 40 on a reset shot clock. 2:15 to go in this third quarter. Racing gets the double team, trying to slip through it, just trying to do too much there. Lost it, picked up by Luke Chapman, but he only had it for a moment. Clean reset. High catch for McLaughlin. He got his stick tied up. And now Hoppe can come away with it for MIT. Now Joe Lupo. Ahead with a burst of speed. Lupo the shot. Great save by Ahlstrom on the other end. Now Fielding, catching it at the midfield. Goodrich on it now for the Lions. Some tired players out there for Wheaton. They have to come to the bench for a change. Under 90 seconds to go in the third quarter. Just the 2 goals. Over 13 minutes and 45 seconds here in the third quarter. Nice bit of open play. On it now, Carter Noyce goes behind the cage for Edwards. Feeling the double, one hands, one scoops the pass. That one's out of the reach of Evan Paterzo, who will chase it down. He's got 30 seconds to go on the shot clock. About a 30-second difference between shot and game. Pass comes behind the cage. Stamatel goes to the right hand. Long pass ahead. And McLaughlin caught it. Under 10 to shoot. McLaughlin trying to go around the defender. Lost it as he goes to the left hand. Picked up by Reed. Low shot that goes wide. We're going to have a shot clock violation. It becomes MIT ball. So plenty of time with it the Lions had. They just were unable to cash in. And now we've got 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. MIT's defense coming up big over the last few minutes, holding on to their 4-goal lead. 10 seconds to go here. Christian Biggins gets it over to Stiles. 5 to shoot. Passes blocked down by Stamatel. Loose ball scooped for a moment. And the horn is going to sound, signaling the end of the third quarter of play. So 2 in that quarter from MIT. Get the Engineers a little bit more of a cushion. They lead as they head into the final 15 minutes of play by a score 11-7. We'll take a quick break. We've got the final 15 of regulation coming up after this on the New Max Sports Network. Fifteen minutes to go. Start of the fourth quarter. MIT ahead 11-7 over Wheaton College. Jack O'Mara here with you from the campus of Wheaton College, Diane Nordin Field. Engineers control the starting face-off of the fourth quarter. Looking to punch their ticket into the NUMAC playoffs. They just have to maybe add a couple goals and hang on to this lead. Oscar Lindenthal on the ball now, holding possession. Engineers slow to start this fourth quarter. Pass down low. Campagna, the shot this time. Handled nicely there by Ahlstrom, and the outlet's there. It's Fielding. Mason Fielding. Pass down low. Easy shot, and they cash in. It's Tepedino, his second of the game. And makes it an 11-8 game. The Tepedino's 11th this year. And Fielding's first assist of the year. Had one last season as well, so his second career point. Big pickup there for Wheaton. A much-needed start to this fourth quarter, I should say, to make it with 3. Face-off one ahead there by Andrew Paleko. Some playing time off the face-off win. Gets it down to Nick Stiles. And now what can MIT do? Right start of the fourth quarter for Wheaton College. Stankovic. Back to Axe. Now the pass to Dylan Nelson. Nelson goes to the open man behind the cage. Gets it back up to the top for Axe. Low shot. Good save by Ahlstrom. Tracked it all the way through. Protected the 5-hole. And another good defensive stop there for the Wheaton College defense and their goaltender. 13:20 to go here in this fourth. Wheaton trail by 3. Emmett Edwards. Met there by Luke Chapman. Edwards will take his time. Goes to the far side pylon. Dump pass for Jack Hutchings. A lot of hustle out of Hutchings. Ball comes all the way to the top for Goodrich. He'll start ahead with some speed. Fakes the drop pass. Now down low for Tepedino. Now sitting on a hat trick. Board. Stops, starts, trying to get to that left hand. Whips the shot in. That goes wide. stays with Wheaton. And I'll tell you what, Jack Board came off the field towards the end of that third quarter, virtually exhausted. He fell back down onto his backside. Long efforts. Here's a shot near side. It's Teppadino again. 2 goals, 2 minutes and 33 seconds into the fourth. Wheaton within 2. It's a hat trick for Mitch Teppadino, a first year out of Southbury, Connecticut. Played his high school ball, Pomperog, with the Panthers there in the Southwest Conference of Connecticut. Couple of big goals to start off this fourth quarter. And Wheaton were within striking distance. Now MIT, you have to feel they need an answer. Another broken stick. It's Fielding who lost the hosel. Ball gets shot across, and I don't think it went through to, might have gotten a piece there of Ahlstrom in goal, but either way, ball comes out of play. Clock gets restarted. MIT with the ball. And Fielding's stick, that's not just the head of the stick popping off. That thing is split in 2. We'll throw that to the recycling center on Monday. Loose pass. Scooped up there by Nilsson. He's had a quiet day on the scoring front. Couple of assists gone his way, and he loses that one. Reed had an opportunity to pick up the ground ball. Couldn't do so. Now there's a pile up. Finally onto the stick of John Schultz, who just gets it to head. Henry Stamatul gains the halfway line, and Wheaton on a charge. Edwards, dump pass to the top, Racine. Good feed down low, turnaround shot by Edwards went wide. Teppadino in the perfect position to pick up that loose ball. Stop again, 11:09 this time. Now Goodrich, Board. Just a little reset. Start up the offense here. Behind the cage for Hutchings. Now to the top. Here's Edwards. That's a poor pass there, goes out of play. And MIT win the battle off the turnover. Derek Guess, graduate student out of Haddonfield, New Jersey, playing in his 3rd career game. Getting some playing time in his final days as a collegiate student. 10:19 to go here in the fourth quarter. MIT, not only are they going to try to get a goal back here after giving up 2 to start this fourth quarter, they want to kill some time. Zach Bleal. Round 1. Compagna, who's had a hot day. For a shot, that one goes wide. Frustrated with his efforts. He's been sharp all day today. Play restarts. The top for Compagna again. Now behind the cage for Lindenthal. Turnaround shot. Good save at the near side for Ahlstrom. And Lindenthal took a beating at the end of that shot. Slow to get up, and he'll head to the bench. Another huge save from Ahlstrom defensively. And Wheaton have the ball back down 2. 9:20 to go in the fourth. The Lions wrapping up their season here against the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Play at 1 o'clock next Saturday on the road against Springfield College in Western Massachusetts. Back pass from Teppadino is loose. Kept in on the attacking half. Great effort there by Norton using that length of the stick. And Noyes was back to help out that play. 22 to go on the shot clock here. Losing it behind the net was Hutchings. Nice play there by Brennan Hoppe. Now Joe Lupo. Round a couple of players into the attacking half for MIT. Stiles settles the play down. Ashton Axe. Got a goal to his name this afternoon. MIT making some more changes. Now it's Dylan Nelson driving to that left-handed side. Behind the cage. Out to the top for Nilsson. Picks up a couple of bodies. Nilsson driving in. Unable to pull the trigger. Reed was the man who knocked it out. Gets the ground ball. And ahead come the Lions. Wheaton have done an outstanding job at shutting down Heath Nielsen. 36 goals this season. He's only had the one today. Just no room for him to shoot. Halfway through the fourth quarter. After a quick couple goals, 2 in 2 minutes and 33 seconds for Wheaton. They have been quieted down the last 4 minutes. Here's Racine from distance. Charlie Racine buries it. It's 11-10. Wheaton down by 1. Couple of times this afternoon, the Lions have gotten the ball up to that top part of the slot area. And the Engineers defensively just haven't been able to come out and pick up the attacker. Racing, no mistake from that sort of distance. And just like that, 3 unanswered here in the fourth quarter. It's an 11-10 game. Racine up to 26 goals now. Oh, so important one here for Wheaton College. Comeback on. Down by as many as 5. This recent deficit was 4. A lot of energy from the Lions sideline. Bleal. Campagna. Nilsson. Now Lindenthal. Campagna getting to his favored right hand. Stiles up to the top. Now it's Nilsson on the ball. 22 to shoot. Lost the ball. Running out of play. Out of bounds. Wheaton get possession. Get the ball to Ahlstrom, who finds an open man in Jack Board. Just came off the bench, picks up that ball. And now Wheaton. First time they're within 1 since they were down 2-1. Five and a half to go in the fourth quarter. You can sense the energy. Here's Goodrich. A loose pass there. Emmett Edwards. Tapadino looking for a shooting lane. He's already got 3 this afternoon. It's up to Noyes. Carter Noyes surveys behind the cage for Hutchings. Now Goodrich. Board shot, that's high. 5:01 to go in the fourth quarter. Stays with Wheaton. 18 to go on the shot clock. Hutchings. Emmett Edwards. 7 to shoot. Low bouncing shot. Routine in the end for Vapnik. And MIT, a good defensive stand. Using all of that shot clock to kind of wither down the offensive surge from Wheaton College. Now the Engineers up by 1. Stankovitz, and we got a penalty. Might have been an illegal substitution there for Wheaton College, so that's a big break there for the Engineers. They'll take their time. Might as well use as much of this shot clock. They've got 50 seconds of it. Now charging in, shooting one. Ahlstrom with the save. Ball's going to roll out of play, and we've got the stoppage here with 4:06 to go, and we'll get the call. It's offsides. It's going to get called against Charlie Goodrich, and it's a 30-second infraction. So for the second time this afternoon, MIT will go a player up. And this is big. This, with 4:06 to go in this game, MIT going up 2. Could be huge in the storyline. The way this game finishes, if Wheaton can hang on, they give themselves a shot. Metalios, pass into the slot area, unable to pull the trigger was Nelson. I mean, he got the shot away, but... And then the turnover. 3:53 to go, a huge stop there for Wheaton. 17 seconds to go and the player up. And now Reed, a short stick midfielder, charges ahead. Gets the offensive attack. Trying to just make his way through 3 players. He does. Kills off the final second. We're back to a player advantage. MIT now 1 for 2 on the player up. Now it's Board. Charging in. Jack Board missed the net. Out of bounds, 3:27 to go. MIT lead by 1. 52 seconds to go on the Wheaton College shot clock. Board. Bar down! Jack Board! No mistake from distance. And with 3:16 to go, he ties this game at 11. 4 straight goals for the Lions. Jack Board, the hat trick. Every ounce of energy for this Wheaton College team, and they climb all the way back. What an effort from the Lions in white. Four goals this quarter, 2 from Teppadino, 1 from Racine, who picks up an assist on that most recent goal from Jack Board, the junior out of Westboro. All the momentum on the Lions side. Now what can MIT do? They just need 1 to stop the bleeding. It's Stankovitz. Ahlstrom has been outstanding in the goal here in the fourth quarter. Here's a chance they score. Zach Bleal answers the call and gives MIT the lead back. It's their 3rd lead of the afternoon. Now we've seen 2 ties. And with 2:38 to go, it's now 12-11 on an impressive effort there by Zach Bleal, the sophomore, New Canaan, Connecticut. Last year's New Mac Rookie of the Year, made the all-conference second team. One of the biggest goals this season for the Engineers. Face-off 1 ahead by Racine. Turnover. Goal number 34 this season for Bleal. Impressive effort from him. Tough turnover there for Wheaton College. And now MIT have the goal lead. They have possession. And clock is now their helper. Stankovitz. And Pagna. Left-handed, the shot goes wide. And closest player there was Stamatel. So Wheaton get the ball back. Clock gets moving. Henry Stamatel, who won that possession back, gets play started. Ahlstrom, all out of his goal crease. Wharton, nice pass ahead for McLaughlin. In plenty of space. Now Wheaton, they have to pay attention to the clock. And a wise decision, Kyle Hart is going to take a timeout here with 1:31 to go. MIT, they led this game 11-7 heading into this fourth quarter. And up until about 30 seconds ago, Wheaton scored 4 unanswered goals to bring themselves all the way back from that 4-goal deficit to make it 11-11 at the time. And then the answer from Zach Bleal just moments later responds with a huge goal for the Engineers, who have not given up their lead in this game. Mentioned previously, 2 game ties so far. MIT now leading for the 3rd time. They started the scoring back in the first. Just 2 goals scored altogether in the 3rd quarter, both from MIT. That made it 11-7. It was a slow starting second half for Wheaton College, who have now exploded 4 goals here in this fourth. They have 91 seconds to get one more to try and force the extra period. Wheaton 8-5 this season, 3-2 overall, taking the trip to the NEWMAC playoffs. MIT want to join them. Wheaton looking for their first victory since 2013 against the Engineers. MIT looking for their 2nd road victory this season. Here's Board, the shot, he scores! 1:05 to go. Jack Board ties it back up at 12. Tough angle, tough shot, tough finish. Jack Board gets his 4th for number 40. And with 1:05 to go, we're all square at 12 apiece. Who scores next could be the decider. Face-off won by the Engineers. Ball being fought for. Board gets it. Goal number 26 for him, and with 52.6 seconds to go, we've got stoppages. It's a timeout for the Engineers and head coach Tyler O'Keefe to talk things over. One final message for both of these teams. What a game. MIT looked like they were just in control of this game from the start. Incredible for performance. But this fourth quarter has belonged to Wheaton. They have been outstanding. Now 5 goals for them. It's a 30-second timeout, so we jump back into play very, very quickly. Jack Board, 4 goals, 2 here in this quarter. Mitch Teppadino had 2. Charlie Racine stepped into the faceoff dot really at the start of the second half. He picks up a huge goal to bring it within 1, and he's won countless faceoffs to get this side back into play. 52.6 to go. We're all tied up at 12. MIT have the ball. Shot clock is behind the game clock, so there is no rush whatsoever for the Engineers. Stankovic started us. Now Heath Nilsson. Nilsson ahead with some speed. Campagna, handcuff pass, picked up by Bleal. Bleal, the shot, that's wide. Closest man to it was Nick Stiles. So possession stays with the Engineers, and another timeout going to be taken here for Tyler O'Keefe. 20 seconds even on the board. Might as well use them. You don't go home with them. 12-12 your score line. MIT outscored in this quarter, now 5-1. Impressive effort, really, too. You got to point out the efforts from Connor Ahlstrom back in goal to keep this game close, and Vapnik across the way from him has been impressive as well. The MIT, they're scoring. Now it's just 3 goals here in this second half. Controlled that third quarter, took Wheaton's offense out of the game, but as you stepped into the fourth, 2 goals quickly from Tepedino just gave that momentum back to Wheaton. 20 seconds to go. MIT start with the ball on their own end line. Attacking end line, I should say. It'll be Campagna. Goes to that corner pylon. Clock starts. Here Campagna, quick turnaround. That one shot goes wide. And it stays again with MIT. You saw the quick shot there. 12.2 to go. Now in regulation. Final chance here for the Engineers. That shot goes wide off the stick of Nilsson. Just 6 seconds tick off the clock. Campagna's going to pick it up. It's going to be a race against the clock. Here we go. Last shot for MIT. Campagna, the shot saved by Ahlstrom. He smothers it. And we're going to overtime. What an effort from Wheaton College. They come all the way back, 4 goals down. And 60 minutes is not enough to decide this one. 12-12 is your scoreline. We'll take a quick break. When we come back. Overtime coverage. Free lacrosse coming your way on the New Max Sports Network. Back after this. We head to overtime. 5 minutes on the board. First goal decides this one. Thanks for spending your Saturday with us. It's been a thrilling match between these two sides. Wheaton College looking for their 4th overall victory. They should be in with some tie-breaking scenarios, but a win today puts all the doubt out of everyone's mind. Either way, one of these teams is punching their ticket to the playoffs. Andrew Paleko right off the draw, takes it from the face-off win. 6 seconds into the overtime period. No mistake. The graduate student from Hopkinton, Massachusetts, scores his 5th goal of the season, and MIT have held off the comeback just enough and win this one in overtime by a score of 13-12. Paleko won the draw. He took it from the halfway line and bounced one past Connor Ahlstrom. An absolute gut-wrenching loss for Wheaton, who came back from 4 down, as many as 5 at one point in this game. Just unable to hang on in the end. MIT, the big lead that they had, they surrendered it in the 4th quarter, but they stayed focused to the task at hand. And Andrew Paleko, the graduate student in his final season, gets the victory, his 5th goal of the season. Punches the ticket for the Engineers. They're in the playoffs. They improved to 4-2 in NEWMAC play. 5-9 overall this season. And now for Wheaton, they can get some help from the standings below them. They've got 1 game left to shape up before the playoff season begins. A huge victory for the Engineers. Their win streak continues. Now 11 straight against the Lions. They come into Nordin Field and steal the victory at Wheaton College. 1 game left for both of these sides. The tune-up for MIT is at home next Saturday at 1 against Salve Regina. Wheaton hits the road against Springfield College next Saturday, April 27th. A good fight from both sides. And what a quick ending to that one in the overtime period. Andrew Paleko, 6 seconds in, gets goal number 13. Lucky 13 for the Engineers. They get their 5th of the season. Wheaton dropped to 8-6 overall, even 3-3 in conference play, ending their home season. It's been a pleasure bringing this thrilling match to you. For our great team here at Wheaton College, I'm Jack O'Mara saying so long from Diane Nordin Athletic Field on the campus of Wheaton College. Your final score, one more time, MIT 13, Wheaton College 12. Thanks for spending your Saturday afternoon with us. We'll see you next time.